Hi Sagittarius and welcome back. Uh, this will be your reading for April 2023. So thank you for joining me. My name's Jackie and my channel's Romany Tarot. So like in the first reading, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys that I was going to look into the Black Moon Lilith, and I'm just curious. So I just wanted to see roughly what she's about. I know it's about our shadow side and the deeper aspects of ourselves. But yeah, I just wanted to look into that. And before I start, I just want to thank you, those of you that have subscribed, those of you that view the readings, likes, comments, anything like that. I do thank you all very, very much. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, so let's get on with the reading. So we're going to just, I've got my little cue cards here. So I've just looked into Black Moon Lilith. Well, I haven't, just a few days ago. And let's just see what it says about her. Yeah, about this feminine energy. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female watching, it all counts. All right. So Black Moon Lilith. What is Black Moon Lilith about? So with my research, I come up with what I come up with was Eve. So we're looking at Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. First man, first woman. Okay, so she was considered a she-dem, a female demon. All right, because she was banished from the Garden of Eden for choosing not to obey Adam. Sounds very chauvinistic, but still, you obey me. Okay, Adam wanted Eve, Lilith, to be subservient to him, but she refused. So anyway, Black Moon Lilith is about the point of the moon, the lunar apogee, that's furthest away from the earth. So it's not a physical place, rather a point that donates our carnal desires and need for empowerment. So moving on, using intuition, strength and alchemy to unapologetically manifest greatness in our personal lives is the best way to create greatness and attain our goals by fighting for independence and freedom. With Black Moon Lilith, we can reclaim, define and conceive the life we want, and more importantly, on our own terms. Okay, so Lilith believes that no one should have to settle at the ends of patriarchy. She wants us to fight back by leaning into our shadow side and not compromising in any aspect of our life, especially our sex lives. All right. So yeah, that's just a little bit of information there about Black Moon Lilith and what it means. So skimping the surface, not going too deeply. So I feel for you, Sagittarius, this is quite a message for you, especially, let me see, especially when it comes to your independence. It's about, because I have pulled your oracle cards. So I'm pulling from the LQ oracle, and then I'm pulling some cards from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, and then the Mystical Moments Tarot to clarify right at the end. So looking at your cards previously, I did see that you had a card relating to respecting your, people who know you respect your independence in some way. All right. Okay, just to mention the energy we need to carry forward through this year, most of this year, as long as we can, really. So we've got this Black Moon Lilith. The placement is actually in Leo, but it's going to affect all of us in different ways. All right. So, the way we go about things, and the key thing we need to keep is to stay that we need to do, I should say, is stay optimistic, confident and optimistic, all right, especially within this year. So Lilith in Leo are destined for the spotlight, all right? So this is to do with all of us, as I said, in some way. So it's about pushing towards greatness and success, all right? So it is acceptable. They say it's acceptable at the moment to, it's okay to be a little selfish and think about, your own needs and what you need to do. So it's really important that you do remain optimistic. Of course, we're not optimistic 24/7. Of course, we're not. But most of the time, it's always good to stay optimistic. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's get started on your reading. So we're going to start and this is another thing, one step at a time. I'm getting as well, taking one step at a time with what come out in your oracle, living in the moment, not worrying about the past or the future, be present as well, worry about what's happening now, today, at this moment. So your first card, so this is in the past position. So we do have this lovely card here. So this is she who unfolds. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It relates to all of us, okay? He or she who enfolds, whatever, way you want to look at this. So this is a card of suave embrace and self-care. It's also a card of protecting yourself. And this is an healthy thing to do for you, Sagittarius, is to protect yourself, all right, until you're certain, until you know, before you start revealing. So in this book, so what I've done some little cue cards instead of reading the whole description in the book. Otherwise the video just becomes far too long, and there's been some sort of I don't know, some sort of talk going around in the tarot community, especially on YouTube, of videos being cut short or taking, not putting them up, people not seeing them. So I'd just like to mention, if that does happen, because my readings can go from sort of 30 to 40, 45 minutes. So if you press that, just press that notification bell so that you know when I do the next video. That really helps. All right, so I've just done some cue cards for the main points, the bullet points of these cards. So this card here, she who unfolds, suave embrace and self-care. All right, so for this card we have do not be an open book. All right, so this is self-care, meaning protecting yourself. All right, and I also have here, I just show you this card. So those who respect your independence, trust and protect your layers. So, it's also about not being an open book. You don't have to open up too soon. All right. So holding parts of yourself back until you're ready. And it's protecting yourself. You don't have to tell people everything about yourself. And you do this, and this is the energy that you've been in the past, and you're still in now until you're absolutely sure, because you are protecting your feelings and protecting yourself in general. All right, so that's a really nice message there for you, Sagittarius. I do hope I didn't say Leo because I've just done Leo's reading. Yeah, so that really means something there to you. You're very not revealing. You're not giving everything away. You're leaving something to the imagination. Let someone, if they're interested in you, let them, get to know you more, take the steps to get to know you. Okay, so that's lovely. So we're going to pull some cards on this one. We're going to go into just a little more depth. As I say, I'm going to take one step at a time. So what I've done with the Chakra Wisdom Tarot is I've divided them into three. So we have the major, we have the court cards, and we have the minor arcana. And this is just the layers, and we're talking about layers here with this card, with the she who enfolds. So we're going to do this layered reading for all the signs for April. So let's start here. So I'll only shuffle these cards actually once, and then we will be pulling from the top. So let's have a look into a little bit more. So we're looking at the major. So this could reveal, It could be any area of your life. Take that into account. It doesn't have to be your love life. It can be your work life, your family life, you know, health. It could be anything, all right? Hobbies, leisure, you know, wherever it fits for you. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's just have a look. So we're going to pull a major arcana for Sagittarius. Okay. Let's have a look at your first card. Oh, lovely. So this is what I was looking for in this month's readings. I'm looking for strength. I'm looking for the strength card and your inner strength. I'm looking for alchemy, which would be sort of like the temperance card, blending, you know, sort of mixing things up. And then I'm looking for the high priestess, intuition, your inner sort of guidance. So this is a lovely card. So we can see that it's taken you, you know, whatever you've been dealing with in the past, it's taken a lot of strength, especially your inner strength. All right, you've had to be tough, you know, sort of maybe internally, although you're very, obviously still very compassionate, and of course you feel, but you've had to sort of tame the beast within in some way. All right, so this is about yeah, I just getting the feeling this really inner strength here. Remember the color, so we have the color orange, which is the sacral chakra. So this is about what's the word I'm looking for? So the sacral chakra is your needs, desires, creativity, anything like that. So I'm looking at your desires, you know, some of you sexual desires. It's about keeping something under control, all right, especially in the past position, all right. So keeping certain things maybe to yourself, and what do they call it? Willpower? That's the word, willpower. Sort of having the willpower to control your inner desires, all right. Okay, so the next card, so we're going to see at what stage you was at in this energy, and I feel you're still carrying this energy on in certain areas, although you may be releasing something here as well, surrendering or needing to give up something. So let's see the court cards. What court card do we have? Let's just cut them. One wanted to come on top. So as I said before, you won't see me shuffle these again, so don't worry. Oh, Knight of Swords. So this is, I say, oh, like it's a bad thing, but it's not. Knight of Swords. Knights are all about action. We're working from the throat chakra here with the blue. So this is all about communication. Sometimes we can be, I would say, with this card, especially with these cards here, sort of compromising as well in some way. But here with the communication, maybe you tend to say things sometimes that come out the wrong way. That's what I want to say for you, Sagittarius. You don't mean the way it sounds, sort of thing. This is being straightforward as well. But remember, we have to hold back as well sometimes on the things that we say. It can cause conflict. Of course it can. Words always cause conflict. It's saying the wrong words. But action. It's also a card of action and a card of communication. All right. So let's have a look. We'll look into this. So we're going to pull clarifiers even. Oh dear, I am terrible, I know. Anyway, from the mystical moments, we will be clarifying with one last card from there, all right? So next we're going to pull from the minor arcana. So I'm going to pull one card from here, Sagittarius. I'm going to have a little look. It's also very speedy, of course, quick action. The Knight of Swords, you know, acting promptly. I'd say very prompt, very quick, really getting something, going for something or really getting something done. All right. So you're always doing something, Sagittarius. You're a very busy sign. You like to be busy. I'm not saying you like to be, maybe sometimes you don't, but you are quite a busy sign. Very active. So even if you're in, even for some of you, even if you're immobile and you can't get around, you are busy, either reading, writing, or doing something. Okay. Right, there we go. That's your shuffle. So let's have a look. What else do we have? Oh, 4 of coins. Okay, very with this card, the 4 of coins, keeping things to yourself. Remember, she who enfolds, meaning that you don't have to open up. All right, there's something very valuable within you, Sagittarius. All right, and it's like keeping the best of you for someone that deserves it. All right, Sagittarius, somebody that really deserves what you have got to give. All right, yeah, that's just how I'm feeling with that card because it fits very nicely. So, you know, as they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know, keep things back. You know, you don't, people, whatever situations, don't have to require everything. You give in everything every time, especially when it comes to your personal and private life. You know, it's holding back until you can trust that person, learning to trust again. Very interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at your next card. Let's put that one aside. So your next card, Sagittarius, this is your current energy at the moment, or your current position, or currently something that you're going through that you're releasing. Because we do have the surrender, she or he who surrenders. So this is about chains, bondage, and release. So releasing something, being chained to something, and finally sort of, you know, sort of putting that aside and releasing it. Very interesting. I did show you that, didn't I? There we go. There she is. And always look at the I was going to say writing things down sometimes. I mean, she's holding, which appears, I'm sure I read it in the book, which appears to be a letter. Maybe it's a letter that's not receiving, that she's not receiving good news about, all right? So I'm not saying that you're going to receive bad news. I'm just saying this is another way of expressing how you feel by writing things down and expressing your emotions and just releasing it, owning it, like taking it, owning it, and then releasing it, letting it go. Okay, so let's have a look at that card. So we do have, I should have used a different colour card really, paper. It's very messy and all, my hand's getting all blue. So she who surrenders, okay, so let go of the past. Basically, this is just about releasing the past, you know, anything that that you've been through in the past that's keeping you stuck at the moment. You know, this could be your thoughts, the way you're thinking and stuff like that. But remember, you know, this is although there's still things maybe you need to sort out that you can't avoid because maybe it's just there in front of you. So holding on to regret, anger, or fear. So this could be any of those things. Some regrets, anger over something, fear. So don't let the past hold you back. You're going to let so you are going to let the past consume you. So are you going to let the past consume you, or are you going to release it? All right. So I do feel that you're releasing it, Sagittarius. All right. So I do feel that it's time to just put something to rest. All right. Now let's see what cards we have with that. So your major arcana, the world. Okay, so this is a completion. This chapter, this is an old story. All right, the chapter, the cycle, everything is, it's ended. All right, so just think with the world card, we look at the positive side. So look at the positives in that situation. It was good while it lasted. This, as I said, it could be a job, a relationship, anything. So it was good while it lasted. You know, you learn a lot from this. A lot of you got a lot of clarity, a lot of wisdom. Everything you have learned from this experience that you finally is finally ended. You're finally ready to release it, to let go, and that fits very well with this card. With the world card. Remember, endings, beginnings, every time. Something always starts. So it's time to start a new chapter in your life. I don't know, a new job, a new relationship, something. All right. So you can move forward now with the wisdom, experience, anything that you've learned from your past experiences. Okay, Sagittarius. All right, so let's see what court card you have. Oh, Princess of Cups. So something very fresh here. I mean, this can be a relationship, something very new to you. Very, you have a lot of emotions invested in this new beginning. Something that you're moving towards. Something. This could be something, a hobby, career, anything. Relationship. So something you feel very strongly about. But it's in the early stages with the princess. This is the stage you're at the moment, maybe an absolute beginner in something that you really love doing, or you really feel a lot of passion, passionate about in some way. You're learning to explore as well, to explore new things. All right. So you're ready to take things more slowly. As I said, one step at a time. Very different energy from that King of Swords. Remember that sort of over energetic energy, sort of really sort of charging in there, and then you come into this Princess of Cups, very quite innocent. What can I say? Pure, a very pure intention. All right, so let's have a look at your minor. Oh, Five of Swords. There we go. The Five of Swords it can be an inner conflict. It's a card of conflict. And of course, releasing. There's something that you have to turn your back on. There's something you need to put to rest. There's something you need to say goodbye to once and for all, with the World card being there. It's like a battle that you're done with. That's what I want to say for you, Sagittarius. It's something that you're done with, especially when it comes to this surrendering to something, accepting something for what it is. All right. Not worrying about the past, not worrying about too much about the future. I'll show you with this card, it's about being in the present, and the past or the future is either, as it says, neither here or there. Wow. Okay, so let's turn your last card. This is going into the future or an outcome. Yeah, it could be an outcome. It depends on your actions, Sagittarius, and what you're dealing with, all right? So this is, I like this card. She who emerges, sort of coming out of your shell. She who emerges. So this is enlightenment, mindfulness, and rising up, rise up, all right? She who emerges. So we're going to read a little bit about that card. So this is to focus on one thing at a time, all right? So this energy, one step at a time, and focusing, right, one thing at a time. Let me sort this out before we move on to the next thing, all right? Being present now is very important. Right, so this position is very important at the moment, Sagittarius. It means that you need to sort of, be present, be mindful of things. And you are doing this. I do feel you are doing this. So past, future, and neither here nor there. Emerging into the person you are meant to be, all right? So how do you feel right now? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Okay, so how do I feel right now? What can I do to change it if the feeling doesn't feel right? If you're feeling a little negative, what can you do to change that? What can you be mindful of? It could also be with a connection as well. What can you be mindful of with a connection you have, or something you're going after, or something you want? All right, so a card of mindfulness. So let's have a look. And focusing on the here and now. So let's pull a card now for this row. So we're going to pull a major. Oh, there's your card, Sagittarius, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. That's come up. That means there is a change, a positive change with the Wheel of Fortune, especially in the upright position. So this is a cycle as well, like we have here with the world, a cycle, ending a cycle, a new, things coming round. It's grabbing an opportunity, being in a better position. I'd say being in a good position is important here. Also Jupiter, expansion, expand yourself, sort of being flexible as well. I see flexibility here in this card. I do hope you can see these cards. I've got both lights on, so that's important. Right, your court card, Knight of Wands. Okay, so we go. You're still in the Knight energy. So you're still taking action. You're not sitting still, especially with the Knight of Wands. This is positive action. All right, and that's your card as well, Sagittarius. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. So you're showing up very promptly here in this line, in the sort of future, the future outcome. All right, so he's emerging from the water there. Is it water? Yeah, I think it's water. There's marshes there as well. I'm sure that's water behind, but it might be just clouds, like he's on quite a high mountain or something. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, he's emerging. He's ready for action. He's really going for it, So it's really sort of going after what you want, Sagittarius. Maybe it's that job you want. Maybe it's that relationship you want. Something here that needs immediate action, or your action in some way. But we have to be careful when we see knights as well in a reading. Of course, 3 cards now of communication. Knights are all about communication, putting your point across, putting your ideas across, you know, it could be anything, especially with this Knight of Swords, meetings, paperwork, anything like that. All right. So let's have a look at your minor. Six of Wands. This is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so now we move on to the Six of Wands. I think this is the could be the crown chakra. Not too sure. Let me just have a butcher's. Let me just have a look, because I want to be sure. Let me look at this pile. Because we've got indigo and violet, and I get mixed up with them two colours because they're quite similar. Yes, so we are looking at, it's not the crown, this is the third eye. So we're looking at, I think it's the violet. Yeah, Six of Swords. You can't get any better than that, Sagittarius. This is a card of victory, triumph, success. Really sort of the action you take. Something is about to happen for you, okay, where you can sort of emerging as well. I look at the word emerges. So it's about you coming out of something and going into something maybe completely new. Something is about, not new so much, but something, you're starting something here. All right, and we do have success with this. So remember, wherever this fits in your situation. So that's really good. I like that, Sagittarius. So let's quickly just pull some mystical moments from the Mystical Moment Tarot and see what we have. We do have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck there before I shuffle. Again, walking away from something, you know, walking away from putting something to, I'd say putting something to rest, you know, having done, you know, you're done with it, you've dealt with it long enough, maybe, okay? So, and an opportunity, there could be an opportunity here for you to, I'd say, broaden your horizons in some way. Something might come up unexpectedly, a new offer, a new opportunity, especially with that World card. Okay, let's have a look. Let's not speculate too much. I do feel that. So what do we have? So this is your last card now, Sagittarius. Ending the reading. So I do hope I haven't waffled on too much. I do tend to waffle on, I know. Sagittarius. One last card, clarification for Sagittarius. Thank you. Right, I think we're ready. So let's just cut the cards. Let's see what we have. Okay, so King of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Pentacles. I knew there was a beginning here in this row. Something is coming in. You have got a new opportunity. Something has the potential to grow. You have the, and this is in your outcome position with this Ace of Pentacles. It's about watching something grow. All right, or waiting here for something to come in. And we have growth again here in your current position with this Empress card. Allowing something to grow. As I said, this could be a new job, a relationship, allowing something to grow. All right, but I do feel something is right, especially with that Princess of Cups being there. Something is growing within you. I don't know if it's your feelings, your or maybe there's excitement building up, some sort of excitement about something. Okay, and then we have this past position. Okay, so this is the King of Swords. We have the King, so as you can see, it doesn't matter about your gender. Very clear. Being clear. I'd say being clear on what you being in this position of the past, especially when you're holding on to something, rightly so, because you're protecting yourself. So it's being clear on your thought process, being mindful, thought process, knowing what to say, what not to say here. And your intention, being clear on your intentions. Right? It's taking a lot of strength for you to hold back on something here. Because this card here, this position, what I look at is coming out, right? So it's like an outcome on each past, present, and future. So the outcome here is being very clear on something. You know yourself, your self-care, self-care is protecting yourself. You know how to protect yourself. You know what you have to do now. All right, whether it's you know what you have to do, you know what you have to say. This with the strength card, this is a lot of willpower. You know, you've really got some sort of grasp here on something, especially coming out of this future position that takes you into the present. That's lovely. Okay, so that's the cards. I did show them all to you, didn't I, Sagittarius? There's your Empress, Queen of Swords, and your Ace of Cups. All right, so a new opportunity, a potential, good potential here for something to grow into something that you know that you really want. But yeah, so that's it. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I like that. Um, I'm really hoping to give. I always hope to give a positive reading that can help in some way. All right. So you know what your situation is. Whatever I've been talking about, you know what that will be about. All right. And that energy, that Lilith, Black Moon Lilith, which is at the moment, the placement at the moment, I think is in Leo. So that'll be there till the 3rd of October. So make the most of that energy, you know, and remember what I was talking about, what she means, what Lilith means, you know, that power with the strength, the inner power, inner strength. Um, yeah, so I like it. Okay, Sagittarius. As I said, I won't waffle on too long, and I'll be back with your already May. As I said, the year's just flying by. All right, it's just going too quickly for me. As I get older, the days and everything just fly by. All right, Sagittarius, whatever is happening for you, whatever it is you're dealing with, I wish you all the best of luck. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. I'll be back soon. Bye.